All right, today we're going to look at a blueprint for a totally different kind of internet. One where it's the communities, not the corporations, who are really in control. This is the story of Project Nexus. It's this ambitious, open-source effort to fundamentally change how we connect and how we exchange value online. So let's dive in and see how it all works.
It all kicks off with a simple but pretty radical question. What if the hour you spend teaching someone guitar was worth exactly the same as the hour a lawyer spends giving legal advice? Now, this isn't just some thought experiment. It's the core principle of a system called time banking.
You know, in a time bank, the whole idea is beautifully simple. Everyone's time is equal. You give an hour of your skill, doesn't matter what it is, and you earn one time credit. Then you can turn around and spend that credit to get an hour of someone else's skill. It's a system designed to build community and recognize the value that everyone brings to the table.
But what happens when you take that idea and build an entire digital world around it? Well, that's exactly where Project Nexus comes in. It's being framed as a direct answer, a direct challenge to the social media giants who are always optimizing for profit over people. So at its heart, Nexus is this massive, feature-packed platform. It's not just one app, it's a whole environment built from the ground up to support communities. And here's the kicker, because it's open source, it's pretty much owned by everyone who uses it.
Now, while time banking is definitely the foundation, the platform itself goes way, way beyond that. The source material actually lists over 60 production-ready modules. So let's just take a quick whirlwind tour of the big highlights.
First up, the core of it all. It has a full-blown time banking engine. What does that mean? It means every single user gets a wallet, they can handle transactions, and the community organizers can oversee all the exchanges. This is the economic heart of the entire system.
And of course, it's also a complete social network. We're talking social feeds with posts and comments, you've got stories, groups for all your shared interests, and even real-time private messaging. It's got all the tools you'd expect to see for a community to really interact.
Now, this is where it gets really interesting, the tech behind the connections. Project Nexus actually uses AI to intelligently match members with each other. It looks at your skills, what kind of help you need, your availability, and even your past preferences to suggest really meaningful exchanges.
And to keep people coming back and staying engaged, the platform has a deep gamification system built right in, so members can earn badges, get experience points, and climb leaderboards. The whole thing is designed to reward participation and, honestly, just make contributing fun.
This feature really speaks to the sheer scale of the platform. See, it's not just for one community. A single installation of Nexus can host an unlimited number of completely separate communities, each with its own brand, its own rules, its own features. You can kind of think of it as a community-owned platform for building platforms. But just hosting individual communities? That's really only the beginning. The truly game-changing vision for Project Nexus is about connecting all of them from everywhere around the world. Let's take a look at how this whole thing scales up globally.
Because what comes next, this is the piece that could create a truly global alternative economy. It's, without a doubt, the most ambitious part of the whole project.
Seriously, just take a second to picture this. A web designer in Ireland earns a time credit by helping out a startup in Brazil. Then, a paper artist in Japan earns a credit by teaching an online class to students back in Dublin. This isn't just a hypothetical. It's the actual goal the entire platform is built to achieve.
So how do they do it?
The tool that makes this all possible is called the Federation API. Think of it like a universal translator. It's an open standard that lets different time banking communities, even ones that aren't running on Nexus, talk to each other. It allows members to find services across the globe, swap time credits without a hitch, and build a reputation that actually travels with them.
So you might be wondering, why go through all the trouble of making this technology open source? Well, the answer really gets back to the project's core philosophy, putting people before profit. Every time.
When you put them side by side, the difference is pretty stark. Corporate platforms, you know the deal, they're designed to lock you in, suck up your data, and make as much money as possible for advertisers. The open source model of Nexus, it's designed for the exact opposite, to give communities their own power, protect their data, and be free forever. These are the 4 big promises. Being open source means no one can ever lock you in. It means anyone can look at the code to make sure it's secure and fair. It means communities can tweak the software for their own specific needs. And maybe most importantly, it means the future of the platform is decided by the users themselves, not by a bunch of shareholders.
Now, this isn't some finished product being handed down from a big company. It's a living, breathing project, and its success depends entirely on people like you getting involved.
And there are just so many ways to do that. It doesn't matter if you can write code or organize a local group or improve the design or write documentation or even translate it into a new language. Every single contribution pushes the whole project forward.
In the end, it all comes back to this one powerful idea. Project Nexus isn't just releasing some software. It's releasing a blueprint for a more equitable digital world. It leaves us with a really compelling question, doesn't it? What could we actually build if we truly valued everyone's contribution equally?